Hi everyone, it's Evelyn Holloway here with another video. My huge giant apologies for not being on camera in a long while. Things have gotten very chaotic and busy here at Hoods for Hope with old boarders coming and going, new ones that have applied and are starting to come in. Our staff is beginning to expand and also some of them are going on vacations, and lately I've been literally running around with like a chicken with its head cut off. It's completely nuts. I also have been taking some time off during the summer with the hot temperatures that writing has been very difficult, and especially with the events that have shaped the change in atmosphere around here. I am doing my best and have been compartmentalizing everything going on, but it has been hard. For those that don't know or don't remember, about a few months back, my old horse Topper had suffered really bad colic, and with how old he was, doing emergency surgery wasn't an option for him, and he had to be euthanized. It has been really hard, even though he wasn't at HFH, but I mentioned him in videos and stuff in the past, but I've been using that time to help out other horses. Actually, one of them, who was my HFH makeover horse back in the spring, has really stepped up and has helped out a lot. But now that the temperatures are getting cooler and we're now into autumn, and I'm getting to ride more and more and got some shows lined up, the fall should hopefully run a lot more smoothly. So let's get into today's video and show what I've been doing so far and update you on all the horses. The first part of today's list is to give one of our lesson horses, Prince, a little schooling. The weather is a bit nippy, a clear sign of fall being here on Jorvik, so we're using the new indoor arena at our facility. Prince is very agile and is one of those horses that can be used in many disciplines, so any student and boarder can ride him, but I also want to gain some experience by riding the lesson horses here as well, and try to figure them out. Plus, you can also get a good feeling for any small rider mistakes that you might not have noticed when you're riding your personal horses, so sometimes riding a different horse can help correct those issues so they don't come up later on. With Prince, I just did some simple transitions, just letting him loosely walk while keeping very light contact on the reins and the leg. I didn't want to be too hard with the contact, so just little half halts and little barely noticeable squeezes helped get him going. Going into the trot, he seemed to pick up the pace and was a tad bit squirrely, so it wasn't really smooth. He is still relatively young for his age, but it is a kink that we can definitely work him out, and that the students and boarders can learn from too. He did get a bit flustered and was a bit of a wiggle worm when standing still, but I kept very quiet. I gently spoke to him, and once he sorted himself out, the rest of the ride was very lovely. All in all, he got lots of treats and pats as a job well done. Next, I went and took a small break and began a private lesson with one of our boarders and our lesson horse, Chai. Chai is a very sweet halflinger mare that has been with us for a long time, and I've done a small amount of riding on her myself. A lot of the boarders love to work with her, and she's sweeter than sugar to the kids. A typical lovely mare. Today my student was off during the summer and is just getting back into the swing of riding again and just doing the basics. Chai did very, very well today, though not without having a few little moments to try to test her rider, but my student was very patient and firm and she got her cooperating again, and we ended up rewarding the session with a couple small cavaletti jumps as a job well done. Chai can be sometimes tricky to ride, but the students do really well on her, and that's what I always love to see. After a much needed lunch break and doing some admin work in my office to help plan for lessons and help out our other staff, I then took Bo to our on-site vet for his appointment. He's been feeling very sore lately, and when I did some flat work and pole work with him recently, his left hoof felt really off, and I could tell at that point something was wrong. After a thorough examination from the vet, he then confirmed that Bo does have a bruised hoof, which thankfully isn't too severe. His treatment would include icing, hosing off the foot, and wearing padded boots to have him heal, which would be 4 to 6 weeks. I will say, it's definitely very good news that this is luckily not a sprain or a clean break, but me being a little bit annoyed, I'm not gonna lie, it honestly is not the best timing for him, as I have him entered in a hunter show at Golden Leaf Stables. But luckily, when I was looking at the dates, it's not till early November, so hopefully he'll be recovered in time to compete, but I definitely don't want to push it. But I do have another horse lined up to take with me just in case that actually I'll need to pick up later today before I help out with evening feed. Well, I will say, Mr. Hugo here is a very busy boy lately. I've been taking him out on the cross-country courses over here in Fir Grove, also around the Silverglade Vineyard, and in the forest around the HFH property in Jarlaheim, and I'm completely impressed. Who knew that this boy that did so well in show jumping is also shaping up to be a great eventer? He's been doing very well this year, where he participated in the JEFI, the Summer Show Off, and the Goodbye to Spring shows hosted by the amazing folks at the FLEC, and in some dressage shows too. Though not without sporting a, stylish mane choice with a buzz cut. One of his buddies in his pasture wanted to give him a friendly grooming session, and he overbit him, and part of his mane came out. So he was in his, buzz cut era, and now he's in his mohawk era. He is still not happy with his hair, but it'll grow back. Though not without us prepping for a special event that we'll both be attending. But that will remain a surprise until we reveal where it is. It is getting pretty late in the afternoon, but I have one more stop to make before the day is done. This is the makeover horse I was telling you about earlier in the video, who's been a huge help to me lately. This beautiful girl is Whisper. I took interest in her because of her demeanor and her potential that was hidden away by hard times that she has dealt with over the years. She is still really young, but throughout the spring, I've been very hard at work and making milestones we've done together, such as lunging, giving her a good grooming session, teaching some liberty tricks with her, and getting her to open up to people. She even did an amazing job at a small dressage show where we placed third, and at a jumping show at HFH where she got 6th, so that's great. I'm gonna take her out for one more ride around the property before I make the final decision. This mare has come such a long way from when she first arrived here at Second Chance property. She was purchased as a 5-year-old, an eventing prospect for a girl who was very harsh and didn't treat her like she should have. Since then, I've worked at her pace of gaining her trust before allowing me on her back. She took to the gentle training in a gradual process, and I found she responds to really soft aids. I let her have a nice little walk around the arena before she gave me the cue to go faster. At the trot, she freely moved her feet, and this was where I had seen how much progress we've done together. What was once bouncy and very, very rushed is now very fluid and relaxing, almost like she has a hunter pleasure gait to her. I gave her a good stroke on the neck and telling her how good of a girl she is and how proud I am of her before I decided to let her move a little bit faster. Now, Whisper's canter is like a smooth rocking horse, if that makes any sense. She literally has come into her own, and I actually had tears in my eyes while cantering around at being so proud of her. She's been so gentle and so sweet, especially after Topper passed away. With how much she's progressed, I honestly don't know if somebody will understand her like I do. Well, it's official, guys. After a lot of consideration and some talks with the rescue, I'm proud to say that Whisper now has a forever home with me at Hoods for Hope. Here's the adoption certificate to prove it to you all. She's settling in very nicely and is fitting in with the other horses, and she's become such a social butterfly and is very outgoing, and already she's made friends with her new brothers Hugo and Bo. I'm really happy I have her, and she and I will continue to grow and learn for a really long time. Unfortunately, that's all I have for today, as it's really late and I have to get ready to do evening feed for everybody. But I wanted to thank you all for supporting me and enjoying these updates, especially now that we're entering fall. I will see you all in my next vlog, which will be something really special for everyone to see. Enjoy and take care, everybody. Bye!